All right, I'm going to show some video of a wall prep for hanging a TV on our outdoor kitchen. I have some old tin that we took off a building out here, and this you're going to see I framed up an area, and I'm picking up some lumber with the tractor right now. But anyway, you'll see where I'm framing up an area, and we're going to use the old rusty tin facing the inside of the outdoor kitchen, and I'm going to build a frame and slide it into that frame and then attach some more 2x2s. And later on I will actually come back, and on the top part of the outdoor kitchen wall I am going to board and bat that up there, and on the very top I will have a louvered vent. The opening you see right above the fence wall right there, I'm going to actually put about a 3-foot stoop or porch right there and leave that open so the wind can, we'll have a good breeze in the summertime. Now what I'm doing right now, I'm cutting the tin, or I have cut it. I take a skill saw, and I have several skill saws, but I'll take a skill saw with an old blade and I'll cut that tin, and I just leave that old blade in that particular skill saw. And anytime I have to cut my tin or light metal, I'll use that skill saw to do that. And I've taken a broom, as you can see, and swept some of the rust off the old tin. So I'm getting ready to go up there and start
As you'll see, I'm putting the rusty side to the inside, which most of it will be covered up by a big screen TV. I have an 86-inch TV we're installing out there. But this tin will serve for two purposes. One, it will actually be a moisture barrier to keep any moisture. I'm going to board and bat that, and also I will put felt paper over the top. You'll see the framework in a few minutes. As I get through, you'll see the framework. And so I'm getting ready to start running, putting these 2x2s, and in a little while I'll come around to the inside and I'll screw that tin into those 2x2s. Then I'll cover this wall with felt paper, and then I will put the board and batting on top of that. And again, right there, midsection of my body, or where my legs are now, that's going to be an opening. But I'm going to build a stoop over it to keep the rain out of it, hard-blown rain. So anyway, just the process of installing this old tin. My wife came out, and some of these 2x2s had fallen, and so she's kind of setting up the camera. We've got a Mevo camera that we're trying out. This is our second one. Actually, our first Mevo camera went south on us. It quit working, so I had to send it back. And I've actually ordered a different type of camera, so we're going to keep the Mevo, and then we also ordered a second camera to see how it's going to work. But anyway, you'll see now I am putting the 2x2s behind the tin, and I will go around in a little while and take metal screws and attach the tin to these 2x2 runners. And these will serve as they're about a foot apart. They'll serve as, if you would, something for me to attach the board and batting on when I get to that point. Now I'm going to go ahead and frame the rest of this V part of the outdoor kitchen up, and that'll be a later video, because right now we've just working on actually getting the TV hung. We have really enjoyed the outdoor kitchen so far, and it's not even completed. I'm going to eventually build some, I've got some large live edge wood I've cut, and I'm going to make a countertop out of that, if you would, a bar area. And I'm going to put a sink in part of it, and all my cooking things out there. But that's coming down the road. Still have to make a living while I'm doing all of this. All right, I've got that done. I've got my 2x2 runners up there so I can later on attach the board and batten. So my next step is to go around the inside and start attaching the metal screws. So now I'm on the inside, and as you can see, the rusty metal faces the inside. And of course, we're going to get this all mounted tight, and then I'm going to get the TV bracket put up. It's a pretty heavy-duty TV. I had no clue this TV was as heavy as it is, but anyway, you'll see us struggling with that in a minute. All right, pretty much got the metal screws into the rusty tin. And my next step, once I finish this, is going to grab the TV bracket. It's a bracket that allows the TV to tilt, to turn left or right. And it's a pretty heavy-duty bracket. I was surprised how heavy the bracket was. And I was really surprised, as you'll see in a minute, how heavy this TV is. So we're done, and we're about ready for the next step. Gonna stand back and look at it. Yep, I like the way that looks. That turned out pretty much like I wanted to. I'm also going to use some rusty tin when I build my bar across there. I'm going to use some of that rusty barn tin in that also, and I think that'll look really sharp. But anyway, just kind of a swing around of overlooking the pool here, and it's dark out in the pasture now. So just kind of a view from the nighttime. I've got some lights up on the outdoor kitchen. It really looks sharp. And it's not so much light that it attracts bugs, but it's enough light, and when we're having a party out there or something, it's plenty enough light to see. And again, a shot of the little Infinity Edge pool I built about 12 years ago. And so coming up here in just a second, you'll see another still shot of where the TV is going to go. It's wider than it looks, actually, because it's going to fit an 86-inch TV up there. So that's my little granddaughter shooting across the project out there. Her mother brought her up to visit. That's that heavy-duty TV bracket I was telling you about a while ago. I'm having trouble with a screw, so I'm going to run that thing into the house where I can see a little better and see if I can get that screw in there and come out in a minute. Got my grandson showing up. I called him and said, hey, I'm going to need some help in a few minutes because that TV is heavy, and you'll see that in a minute. All right, I some sort of way lost an attachment to my drill driver, and it's so aggravating. I'm real quirky about my tools. I believe that you should have a place for every tool, and I believe you should put every tool back in its place when you get through, because I've discovered that if you don't put your tools back where they go, you'll spend more time looking for a tool than you will getting a project done. So my wife grabbed her magnet. She's out there trying to find this little adapter for my drill driver, for my impact wrench, and she didn't have any luck, so I ended up going out to my toolbox and grabbing something else to make it work. But just trying to get everything measured and get this TV bracket hung up there, and so we're just gonna get everything set. And you know what's odd, that's a new scaffolding I had purchased when I started this project this summer, and I had an older scaffolding that has rollers on it just like that, and for whatever reason, I can't figure it out. I can put them both the same height. They're the same, basically, make of scaffolding, but that scaffolding there is wobbly. You have to kind of be on alert because it's a little wobbly. The older scaffolding, that's same model, it's tight, so I may have to eventually put some ratchet ties on that thing to kind of tighten it up when I'm working. But here I am, I've measured, I've kind of got where I want to center this thing, so I'm going to hold it up there and kind of see what it looks like. And I'm going to pre-drill some holes. It came with some pretty large wood screws, and then also I've got a bunch of long drywall screws. I probably overkill some of my projects. Everybody laughs at me and tells me I put too many nails and too many screws in my projects, but you know what? I'd rather have more than less and be a little stronger than not. So anyway, here's just a kind of dragging out the project, but hey, it takes time to do it. So I'm up here and kind of waiting on my grandson to show up. So hopefully in a minute he'll show up, and then I'll have this mounted. And once I get it mounted, you're going to see a struggle to hang that TV. All right, I just heard my grandson. So he is home from college. He's actually he got a scholarship playing football this year at a smaller university. And he's a freshman, and he's home for Christmas for about 3 weeks. And I told him, if you want to make a little spending money, I certainly would appreciate some help. And so he's playing. That's my oldest grandson and my youngest granddaughter, my oldest and my youngest. Got them both out tonight. But anyway, Nathan is here, and I'm supposed to put him to work. And he's going to find out just how heavy this TV is in a minute. I had no clue. When I unloaded it, I thought, gosh, that thing was heavy, but I thought it was a lot of packing, and a lot of the box was heavy because I had unloaded a ping pong table the other day, and the packing, I think, weighed as much as a ping pong table, and I guess it was a very protective packing. So hopefully that's the case on the TV, but I kind of already know the end of the story. No, that's not it. It's just a heavy, heavy TV. So anyway, I've got Nathan up there, my grandson, and I'm kind of getting all the screws and everything ready to hang this TV bracket. So I guess they're still down there looking for that adapter, but I have found something to make it work meanwhile. So here we go. We'll get this thing rolling in just a second. All right, well, we finally got that TV bracket mounted. Like I say, I pre-drilled several screws for, especially the bigger. They were pretty good size wood screw, about 3 inches long, and then I went ahead and put probably about 6 more 3-inch drywall screws in that thing. So I did that because I realized that TV is super heavy. So I don't think that's going to be a problem with that coming down. So in just a minute, we're going to go ahead and grab that TV, and you'll see us in just a second getting ready to hang it. All right, well, we got the TV unpacked out of the box. And like I said, the box was heavy, but it wasn't that heavy. But this 86-inch TV really just shocked me because it's a very thin TV. It's a flat screen, and TV isn't probably 1.5 inches thick. I don't know where in the heck all the weight is in that thing, but I can tell you what, that TV is heavy. My wife came out, she saw us struggling a little bit, so she decided to come out and kind of help us. She's always good about helping us out here. And she stays busy, but sometimes she will come out, and I'm in the line and she'll help me out. I got Nathan up on it. Unfortunately, Nathan told me after we did this that his back was hurting. Probably wasn't in the best position to lifting position, but anyway, he said it kind of got his back. And again, I don't know what that TV weighed, but I can tell you that TV probably weighed over 100 pounds, and it was kind of awkward to hold. So it made it kind of uncomfortable, but we managed to get it up there, as you'll see. I left the protective cover on it so we wouldn't get fingerprints and smudge all over the process of hanging it. Because you know when you're working outside and working the tools, you're going to have a little bit of dirt and grease and grunge on your hands, and so I just kind of left it covered until we got it in place. And we were able to hold on to it without a problem. So we're going to make a couple of attempts here to hit that hanger. It's a pretty simple process, just a matter of getting it all in place there. You know what? I think Nathan had the bulk of that weight. I see why maybe his back was hurting. I just realized that. I think we're having a little trouble getting in the slot. My wife's coming over to give me her thoughts on it. Well, I think we got it. Okay. Maybe not. Let's see. I thought we had to set it down one time. Yep. Okay. I think we had to come back down with it. Well, maybe not. Anyway, there we go. Kind of being careful because the TV wasn't real cheap, and I certainly didn't want to drop it. Anyway, you can see that's an 86-inch TV, and you can see that background sticks out a good foot on each side past together. We had to let it back down. I know what it was. The TV bracket wasn't tight enough, and when we went to put it in place, as we went to set it in the slot, the TV bracket tilted. And I couldn't get it hooked because it tilted as we pushed against it. So what I did, we set it back down to relieve the weight off of us. And I tightened up, I leaned the TV bracket back and I tightened it up very tight. And I think Nathan, he's shedding his jacket, he must have got a little warm. There you go, he dropped it. I think lifting that thing, he got a little hot. So what I did, I tightened that TV bracket back up where it tilted. And in just a minute, you're going to see us have a successful hanging on that thing. So my wife is, she's scooting everything around to help us out. She doesn't want us to drop that TV, and she just wants to help us out. And of course, we've been married going on, heck, this coming year, make 40. Let's see, it is 2023, 24. Yeah, we'll be married 43 years this April, so it's been a blessed helpmate to me for a long time. We'll have a lot longer life. But anyway, I don't know what we're doing. Seems like we're getting a flashlight we can see better. She's shining the light there. And I think you're going to see us be successful on this one. So bear with me, man. We'll get under it a little bit better angle there coming up with it.
Oh yeah, y'all will.
He's picking up more weight than I am. I see he's so close to the center. I think that's probably, look, that nod head, that's why his back hurt. He picked up too much weight.
Straight up.
A bad angle. But there we go.
Bam, right there. All right, that's it.
I kind of was keeping my eye on where it was going to be sure it went in that slot. And once it goes in the slot, you lean it just a little bit and it clips automatically. It's got two little ropes, and when you want to unclip it, you pull those ropes down and lean it out, pop it back out. But hopefully I won't be moving that TV for a long time. I hope that's going to give us lots of enjoyment. I have an outside, one of those swing beds I built. You can't see it, it's to the left of the string back between the other two posts and hung off the ceiling. Boy, my wife and I, we had a smaller TV up there before I did this little project. And man, we have really enjoyed going out there in the evenings and just laying down. It's got about a 4-inch mattress on there with lots of pillows. And it's wide enough for us to both sit or lay on it. And on these cooler nights, we even have an electric blanket we carry out there. And we'll turn that blanket on and get us a nice cold Coca-Cola or something to drink on. And we have really enjoyed it. She's giving her approval there and stepping back and looking at it. So anyway, as you can see, that TV is 86 inch and it doesn't, you can see it, that wall is wider than you realize right there, like Nathan's backing up to give his approval. Blocking the camera there, and I guess I'm kind of backing it up and doing some final adjustments on it.
Any higher and you won't be able to see
all
from back
the
here.
tape and the different things.
Yeah, that's the thing, though, you can't go any lower if you get air.
Well, there you see it. We've got it done. In a little while, we're going to wrap this thing up, and you'll see.
It don't
I
look
think
as
the
big
next
when it's up
morning
there,
I'm
though,
coming
does
around
it?
my tractor cleaning up.
As
a
it did
lot
on
of
the ground?
tile. That's one thing I've noticed, that when I'm working out
Well,
here, if I
Nathan,
try
yeah,
to
I
keep
don't
my
want to
work
read
area
it.
clean,
Yeah, I couldn't even
think
read
Nathan
hard
said
because
goodbyes out of
it's
there.
hard to see.
But as I work, I try to always,
Besides, couldn't read this
all
one.
the cut off wood,
I
I
know.
bring it down to my daughter's house. She's just right down the road and let her have it for burning her fireplace. And then just try to keep our work area
Go out
clean.
there,
Just
in
makes
the yard,
it nicer.
unplug that
I
green,
thought he'd gone, but maybe he didn't.
and we'll lay on top of that wall, slide it down. I gotta get this wired up. It wasn't this time before. Huh? Huh? Yes, that's the safety thing. Hang on, man. All right, hold on, dude. Let's see.
All right, this is a shot the next morning of the back wall. And just to finish up, you'll see where I've cleaned up the site and hauled off the debris. And guys, I hope you enjoyed this video.